I could have been somewhere today. My PS was supposed to be somewhere today. But we thought that this is a big launch. I was just telling the managing director for Airtel and Penlop here. I said, sometimes maybe I become predictive. I said, after COVID-19, and this I said even at the World Education Forum in England, that never at all should we think that COVID-19 was the worst. We can have other calamities. Today in Zambia, we have a calamity again. We are closing schools for over a month now, correct me? For over a month. But we have made it deliberate to say that they will not lose out. Today we're facing cholera. We will not lose any learning time or any teaching time within our calendar. The children will go for 1 month for holidays. They will go for 2 weeks. The next term, we have cut 3 weeks, something like that. So they will catch up. It's only that it is unfortunate that the kids are kept now outside school. Because I've seen my kids as well, they are at home. Yes, they have good technology, but they seem not to be working. All right? They have computers around, they have got tablets around, but you can just observe. So when I see them behave that way, I reflect about 6 million children. Where are the 6 million children? What are they doing? They are loitering in their own homes. Because at school, they have got prep. You cannot force your child at home and say, no, this is now prep time. But there, because they are collectively told, go and study, they go to study. This is how our school systems work. And I want all the Zambians to understand one thing. I was telling the managing director for Airtel, I said, this launch, do not think that this is just social responsibility or corporate social responsibility. Before the declaration of free education, we only had 4 million children in school. Today we have 6 million. So where were the 2 million children? These are the ones who were breeding as criminals, who were going now to vandalize Airtel infrastructure. So you are actually helping yourself. Huh? How does that sound? I go beyond that corporate social responsibility, but you are saving yourselves because we are now keeping children in school, let alone on digital learning, so that they're kept busy. Of course, we have got this, we enacted a child act so that they do not become irresponsible using digital technology. That, I think we have kept it in place. But what we're trying to do is that every child must be busy. Unfortunately enough, we have this disease which has befallen us, and then we have kept the children at home who should have been active in school. But they will never lose anything, because learning and teaching time will be the same for the year. So I want the Zambians to be at comfort to say that our children are not losing anything, except that we are losing people. Huh? We are losing people. To have more than 400 people die out of a disease that you could easily control. And because we are so careless, and I'm not ashamed to say this, you dump litter, all of you. That's where the disease is coming from. Heaps and heaps of garbage, you go and put there also. Cholera is a shame disease, because you're not minding your own environment. You are just heaping everything away. 1, we have lost life. 2, we are losing out of school. The kids are now kept in school. If I had opened the schools, we could have had so many casualties. We closed them out because children move from one end to the other. Cholera is a disease where we are unsuspecting. You have it, you are in Kanyama, you are going to Lusaka girls. You do something, everybody catches it, even if they come from the suburbs. It will affect you. It will affect anybody. Anybody who moves here, if they are coming from a disease-infected cholera place, we will all have that cholera, including Penlock, including Airtel Manager, including PS. But you would never have had that because somebody has moved. But the most important thing is that we must learn to be hygienic as Zambians, not to heap all that garbage that we see around. And many people have not understood to say that what has caused this. It's nothing else. Your schools are closed because of your carelessness. People are dying because of our own carelessness. So how else do we ameliorate this? Is to stand up preaching, all of you, to start preaching, say that don't throw garbage anyhow, anywhere. So that as we try to do these drainages and we try to do all these things so that we provide water and clean and safer water, everybody understands that. I don't know sometimes how much you Zambians can be told. Many of you drive around and you throw things outside your windows. So who do you want to pick? It must start with us. And we must have this language. And I'm saying like this, I'm not a means of health or means of water and sanitation and whatever. But because this has affected me, the kids who are at home, who should have been in school today. Why? Because of the garbage heap that you package yourselves. Let's have one language and to tell every Zambian to say that when now government goes to say that, can we do this? You who are heaping rubbish in the streets, in Cairo Road, in Lumumba Road, take it out. And you journalists must also help us to be able to tell people, because you are affected. Yeah, well, of course, I think you have children. And you see how they are dealing with you at home. I'm not really joking around here. It might look like a joke. But you know, you have kids. Are you forcing them to read? Huh? They are playing around. So, for me, the burden that I have is that when I have 2 kids in my home behaving that way, I think of 6 million children. Okay? I said, now, suppose 6 million now children are behaving like this. Who should have been in school today? That's the burden that I have. So cholera has affected me as a result of ourselves. And we must now cut that. And we must preach that to say that it is only hygiene which can help all of us. I saw one lady sailing on the street. Behind there was a drainage. Ate mango and threw the what? In the drainage. So I said, this is the behavior because it seems as if it is allowed that you can heap garbage in a drainage. Yeah. So we got to change our minds at some point to start feeling that this is not acceptable. But I think we have accepted load garbage, and then now we have this. It's unacceptable. We are trying to manage this cholera issue, but this management of cholera issue is ourselves, us, including me and yourself. You first. Yourself there, and yourself there. This is my call. Never again should we lose school time, space, even if we recover. It disturbs the mind of a child. who stays at home for a long time. I'm saying this. This one who was my student, I taught him psychology. And I'm speaking on the point of view of how human behavior works. The child who is kept at home for a long time becomes something else. Because around the home environment, we have no control over them, including myself, who is a psychologist. Huh? They will stay in their bedrooms. Sometimes they come and pretend that they are reading. They are not reading. Yes. So we must avoid anything that disrupts school calendars. In any country, we must avoid that. And my preaching, even when I go to London, he was there with me, even in Ghana, we were together. I said, we must avoid this. Everybody was complaining about COVID-19. I said, we recovered. But that recovery was not in real sense. They learned, but the mind of a child who stays permanently at home for a long time is not recovered. So COVID-19 had an impact in our assessment of disturbing the world in the next 20 years. Here, even if we recover in terms of teaching, this cholera disturbance has got an impact of 5 years. Here. And it's something that we could have avoided and which we should avoid. And never again should we have any disruption of our school calendar. God bless you.